A reality TV star is currently embroiled in a bitter court dispute with his uncle over the ownership of their £1 million family farm. Frank Savage, known for his participation in the 2019 run of Channel 4's reality adventure series Hunted, is suing his uncle Ray Savage. Pleasant Rise Farm, located near Alfriston in Sussex, has been in the Savage family for 3 generations and is now co-owned by Frank, his 3 siblings, and their uncle Ray. Ray Savage, a former police detective turned life coach, wishes to sell the prime 76-acre site following his split from wife Vanessa in 2015. However, Frank, backed by his brother Harry and other siblings, is adamant that the farm should remain within the family and is suing his uncle to ensure this. Frank and his brother Harry were both contestants on Hunted, a reality show where participants must evade a team of expert trackers for nearly a month. Their participation in the show came shortly after the death of their mother, which left them orphaned. The farm not only houses a popular campsite but also supports Frank's firewood business. The dispute arose after Frank's grandparents Leonard and Diana Savage, who bought the farm in the 1950s and established a thriving campsite in the 1970s, left the property in unequal shares to their son Ray, and Frank and his siblings. Frank, who has been working on the farm since he was 10 years old, is seeking the right to buy his uncle out at a preferential rate. He claims that he has dedicated his entire career and tens of thousands of pounds to keep the site going. His barrister, William Moffat, explained that Frank regards his interest in the land as part of his family's legacy which he intends to pass on to future generations. The dispute between uncle and nephew developed against the background of Ray Savage's divorce from his wife, Vanessa, as they battled over their assets. Frank is embroiled in a legal dispute with his uncle over an additional £1.5 million parcel of land that is part of the farm they co-own with his niece and nephews. Frank argues that selling the land would disrupt long-standing family business and contradict his grandparents' wishes for their descendants to retain the land. He also claims that he wouldn't have invested so much time and effort into working the land if he knew it could potentially be sold. He recalls numerous discussions with Ray about him continuing to manage the campsite in the future. However, Ray maintains that he also contributed to the development of the site and land, including keeping horses and acquiring a tennis court and related facilities in the 1970s. Ray's case is that there was nothing in the purpose or intention of the trust which permits Frank's sole occupation of the land, explained Mr. Moffat. In February last year, a judge ruled in favor of Frank, allowing him to buy his uncle's share of the land for £666,150. However, this decision was overturned at Brighton County Court last October, leading Frank to file a final appeal at London's Appeal Court. His lawyers argue that Judge Stuart Farquhar at Brighton County Court made errors in his judgment. The barrister representing Ray, Simon Sinnott, argued that the judge had correctly applied the law and further claimed that Frank had misrepresented some of the history of the case. He disputed claims that the family land is Frank's only source of livelihood he has known all his adult life, suggesting that in truth Frank has also been working elsewhere as a groundsman and tree surgeon and was 19 when he started running the campsite. He also informed the judge that in the past, Ray had also invested his money into purchasing some of the family land. The 3 appeal court judges have now reserved their ruling in the case. An AI tool was used to add an extra layer to the editing process for this story. You can report any errors to web homepage at mirror.co.uk. Follow Mirror Celebs on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube and Threads.
I just need